Countryfile viewers announced they were switching off the program over Jess Phillips' appearance. During the episode, presented by Adam Henson, Charlotte Smith investigated domestic abuse in rural communities, questioning whether victims are still being failed in the countryside. The 62-year-old explained that the government's new strategy to build a safer society for women and girls has been welcomed by the National Rural Crime Network, but added that it contained no specific measures for tackling domestic abuse in the countryside. Phillips, the Minister for Safeguarding and Violence Against Women and Girls, joined Charlotte on the program, who pointed out that there is very little mention of anything rural in the government's latest action. She responded, "What I would say is, there's also not a mention of anything urban in the action plan. There is a plan for the entire country. The whole point of the strategy is about where any victim of domestic abuse or any of the crimes listed, sexual violence, stalking and harassment, where they present, we need to make those systems better." But the interview only sparked outrage as viewers raced to social media to complain about the politician. One raged, "Jess Phillips is a complete hypocrite. Protection of women girls in rural countryside. She doesn't believe in the girls who report the grooming gangs #Countryfile." Another posted, "Watching Countryfile to look at nature in the UK and I've got bloody Jess Phillips gob spouting off at me." #Countryfile turned over, another said while the politician was being interviewed. Hitting out at the BBC, a fourth remarked, "Thought I was watching a Labour Party political broadcast. Turns out, it's just #Countryfile stroking the leftists with a nice cozy little chit-chat. So, usual #BBC fare then." Another weighed in, "Whether it be domestic violence or CSE grooming gangs, I refuse to believe anything that lying Jess Phillips says." Last year, grooming gang survivors demanded Phillips resign from her position in the Labour Party over her handling of a national inquiry, with survivors accusing her of betrayal and dismissing their concerns. Survivor Fiona Goddard claimed Phillips called her a liar because she said the government was trying to dilute the focus of the inquiry by widening its scope. A national inquiry into the sexual exploitation of children by grooming gangs was announced by Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer in June. It was to be guided by a panel of around 20 abuse survivors, but 5 of these have since quit, citing concerns about the inquiry being widened beyond grooming gangs, controls on who they can speak to, and potential inquiry chairs having links to the police and social services. 4 of the women who resigned said they would only be willing to return if Phillips stepped down, while 5 of those who remain on the advisory panel said they would only stay if she continues in the role.